What's up, everybody? It's 24 Chambers of Film here. I'm Steven. This is Nathan. Today we're going to react to the new trailer, Heretic, A24 film. Hugh Grant's in it. So yeah, we're going to check it out and see if it's worth going to the theater. We can get Nathan to want to see it in the theater. All right, let's check
We'll
it
see
out.
how good it is, but yeah, let's do we'll get it going here in 5 seconds. We'll count it down.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mormons? Hmm.
Where's this girl from? The one with the black hair.
Mm. Oh, she's like, oh, now I know why it
You
smells
from
like
Baby
music.
Driver?
I'm not sure. No. I think she's from a TV show.
You know what it reminds me of so far? Like just with them getting locked in. What's the movie
Mm.
where they break into the house and the guy is
Don't
has
breathe.
like all these boop. Yeah, breathe.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe. Cool shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
See,
All
for me,
right. What are your thoughts? You go first.
yeah, for me, like that would probably get me like I'm not gonna say I'm gonna schedule my whole day around going out to the movie theater for this, but if that movie's out in theaters, I kind of want to watch that one in theaters. I thought that was
Yeah.
like a really, really good trailer in the sense that
Mm-hmm.
first off, I prefer movies that are a little bit more like based on reality, like not with the supernatural. Like
Mm-hmm.
that just seems like it's a guy who's clearly not,
Yeah.
stable in the head and he's taking advantage of the situation, like
Mm. Yeah.
basically two people walking into his, into him to become prey, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I think, I prefer that type of film just because, you see all that stuff in like the news and just,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
It
true
seems like it,
crime
it could happen,
type of stuff. Yeah, 100%. It seems
in
like it
some
could
way.
happen. So, and Hugh Grant, I'm more curious to see Hugh Grant in that
Yeah.
role, right?
Yeah.
Because Hugh
Yeah.
Grant is a good actor, in my opinion, but I
Yeah.
don't
I
think
think
I
so.
ever see him in like I don't think I mean as far as I'm aware, and I could be wrong, like he's never
Yeah.
played like a serial killer or anything, right?
I don't think he's played a serial killer, but
Or a
he has
murderer
played.
or anything like
He's played bad guys. Like I don't know if you saw the movie Cloud Atlas, but he's in
oh
that
no. That's
movie,
the
and he
one
with like a
with Tom
reincarnation
Hanks.
and stuff. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he plays a lot. He plays bad guys in all the stories, and he's really, really good in it. That was like the first time I kind of saw him in like playing a villain type role, and I was like, oh, it kind of changed my perspective on him because I'm used to seeing him as like he was in, when we were growing up, he was in a bunch of rom coms and all
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
all
That's
that
exactly
stuff.
what I think about him.
More comedy, lighthearted films. And then like when I saw Cloud Atlas, which I think came out in 2012, but yeah, and then he's done other roles where he's more like a sinister character. He's in The Gentleman. Um,
He did a really good job in The
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Gentleman.
yeah. And so he's got, yeah, he can play that. that conniving or like backstabbing character, just a bad guy character good. He basically proved to me that I'm like, oh great, there's more to him, and he's not just that about a boy guy, rom coms heartthrob guy that he was in a lot of movies when I was growing up. That's kind of what I identified him
Yeah.
in those type of movies. But yeah, he looks great, and he like when I see him in a movie, my reaction is more like intrigued than before. It would have been like, oh, like this guy. So he looks
Definitely gives
good.
me Don't Breathe vibes though,
Yeah,
for sure.
it kind of reminds me of that last shot you said
Or
that you
The
said was.
Collector.
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah,
where like where someone
yeah.
goes in and then they can't escape, they're basically locked in by the bad guy, but they entered at their own will, kind of.
Now there is like this religious element into it. So I know you said it looks grounded, like it's reality, but there may be some potential supernatural stuff that
Well,
happens.
I like
Yeah,
personally like the fact that they didn't rely on that at all in the
yeah, yeah,
trailer,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
I think
True.
that is something I personally like the fact that
Yeah,
they didn't like use that, right? Because when I heard the name of the trailer, right, you know, the Heretic, I was like immediately the first. I even asked you when you sent me the trailer originally. I'm like,
yeah,
is
Heretic.
this a remake of the other one? And you're like, no, it's
Yeah,
Hereditary or something like that. That's like the first thing that
yeah,
I thought. The
yeah,
name just gives you that vibe, you know.
yeah. And that
So
last shot that you were saying, like that was a cool shot, is very much reminds me of the movie Hereditary. That opening shot where he goes into the dollhouse and wakes up his son, and that when she's
have
climbing up.
you
Yeah.
researched this at all before watching the trailer?
No,
Like,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
is
who's
in no
directing it.
way it's in no way tied to Hereditary.
The only way it's tied is that it's A24 produced it. That's the only tie that I know of. But like it being connected, no, I don't. I don't. I have no
Okay.
idea. Yeah, yeah. So
So I just actually Googled it, and it's supposed to be two Mormon.
it is Mormon.
Um,
Okay, okay.
yeah, it's more two Mormon missionaries. I believe that's what they're called, right?
Yeah,
Going
yeah.
and spreading the word. So that makes it interesting, especially for me, because where I live, there's a lot
A
of
lot of
Mormons.
Mormonism.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So it's yeah, it's definitely
was gonna
something.
give you ideas when they come to your door how to
Oh
get
yeah,
them.
yeah. I'm gonna set up my house to. Yeah, right.
How to put them in a religious crisis for them. I thought it was cool. Like when he says, "Oh, my wife's baking pie," and then he has the candle, and the candle reveals blueberry pie scent. So it's like, oh, it gives her the hint, like, oh, this
Yeah.
guy's fucking
See,
off. That was a
and it's
cool
like those
visual
little
reveal. Yeah,
details, right? That I'm thinking like the movie's gonna have, a good.
yeah,
It's not just gonna be the straightforward come in, hunt and stalk them, type of
yeah.
thing. It's gonna be like it's
I'm
gonna be
curious,
probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours of like, you know, kind
psychological.
of. You're gonna have to pay attention to
Yeah.
psychological. You have to pay attention to the little details to kind of figure it out.
Like in the trailer, it showed that little thing where she was like scared, and then like behind her, there's someone. Is that him, or is there someone else that he has? He clearly has. He also lives like in a Hansel and Gretel, like this, like into the woods, kind of off to into the woods where he has space. He doesn't have neighbors. It looked like, you
Yeah,
know. So that's a
which I
little
always think
eerie.
is like. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, as the Dahmer thing proved, it doesn't matter where you do it, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you could, I
Well,
guess, get away with it anywhere. But
yeah.
like,
Well,
it
what he's
makes
trying
more
to do,
sense,
yeah, what he's
if
trying
you're
to
out in the middle of
do.
nowhere.
Yeah, it clearly he has it looks like his house is kind of goes into this bigger maybe dungeon area, more like I don't know what exactly, but making them make hard choices. It seems like he's going to make them do like an experiment, like they said in the trailer, potentially. So
I'll tell you this much: I feel like from watching this trailer, it's gonna be one of those movies where it's gonna it's gonna be good, 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 and then I'm either gonna love it because of how the ending, or I'm gonna hate it because of the ending. That's like
yeah,
that's what I feel is gonna be this movie. It's gonna be solid, 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 and then there's either gonna be a moment where boom, yes, that's what I was waiting for, or why'd you guys have to do that? Now you ruined the movie for me.
yeah, I do feel like the ending's going to be very. I mean, that's with any movie, but this movie looks like it's setting up for a reveal. So you're either gonna be what it looks like it's gonna be like maybe like a hit or miss or love it or hate it type ending. Hopefully it delivers, and I don't know. It definitely I will watch it in theaters. I know you said probably wait for streaming, but if
No,
you
no,
wouldn't be,
I would go watch it in theaters. I'm not gonna make plans to go watch it in theaters, but like if I have a free night, I'm gonna be like, and it's playing in theaters,
yeah,
I'll like go watch it. I would actually like to watch that one in
Okay.
theater rather than
So
just
that one's
waiting.
worth. You feel like that one's more worthy of like, okay, if the opportunity arose, I'll
It's
go to
just
the
my
theater for
type of
him.
movie. I feel
Yeah.
like that I would like to kind of watch in a movie theater more than anything.
And
Than
besides Hugh
hear other
Grant, the other actors, I know they're in the business, but they're not like
I'm
super
pretty
well
sure
known actors.
the
Yeah.
girl with
Yeah. Let me
the
look on
girl
IMDb.
the girl with the darker hair, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say she looks like the girl from Baby Driver, but I could be wrong.
No, that's not her. That is not
Oh,
her.
it's not, dude. It looked like her in that
I know.
shot,
I
but
know for a
I
fact it's not her.
yeah, I just looked it up and it's not her.
Yeah.
Dude, it looked like her when they were sitting on the couch and they initially came in. It looked like her a lot. I thought it was her for a second.
Okay, so it's directed by two guys and written by these two guys, Scott Beck and Brian Woods. So I don't think I've seen any of their other films. They might be first timers potentially.
You've
Which
never
is,
seen A Quiet Place? They were
no,
writers on it.
they're writers on it. That's Quiet Place, the new one.
The 2018
Oh,
one.
okay. So they directed this movie, which I did not look. It did not look interesting to me from the 65 with Adam Driver about where he goes back to prehistoric times.
And yeah, I keep seeing that. That's on Netflix right now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's on something.
It doesn't look interesting to me either.
Yeah.
Always gets recommended to me, and then I never click.
Okay, so I do know this film called Haunt that they did in 2019. I've heard, mixed things about it. This looks like a way more upgraded. This movie looks like they've upgraded their game for Heretic from that movie Haunt, from what I see in the trailers of it. So yeah, I mean, they definitely got more money behind this movie because A24 is behind it. The other
Yeah.
ones, Haunt was more of a more lower budget independent film, but it got them in the door. So yeah, and that 65 one, I don't know if I'll watch that
I
one.
just again, Netflix. I feel like Netflix, like
It's not a
you would
Netflix
think.
movie, but it's
No,
on
I know, but
Netflix.
it's on
Yeah,
Netflix. That's where I've
yeah,
seen it, and I feel like they recommend movies to you, and you skip right over them, and they just keep. I'm like, at some point, like, just recommend me something different. I've clearly seen that 20 times, and I
yeah,
haven't clicked on it once, or even slowed down on it once. Like,
yeah,
give me something else, you know. But all right,
yeah.
so at the end of the day, I think we're both gonna. Or what were we gonna say?
I was just saying, like that movie, like I just hate CGI dinosaurs. Like that's why I don't get into the Jurassic World. That's why it's hard to beat Jurassic Park because they at least had a
Yeah,
lot of practicals
the
in it.
first one is definitely the
First
best
one,
one.
yeah. Even the second one, even though it was not as good, but the dinosaurs, there were still a lot of practical dinosaurs in it. But now it's like, they don't even put it. I know it's cheaper, I guess, but still, it's like, hey, when you have a big budget, go for it, go for broke. But yeah,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, this one looks good. It looks promising to me, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. That was our reaction to Heretic. Comment. Did it say the release date?
Heretic. You keep saying
Heretic.
heretic.
Sorry, Heretic. I don't know. Is there a
Heretic. Stop. You said it again.
Heretic?
Heretic.
Heretic.
Yeah.
Heretic.
Heretic.
Heretic. All right. Sorry. Heretic.
There
Thanks
you
for
go.
watching. Appreciate your support. Give the video a like if you can, and subscribe to the channel. We'll come out with more movie trailer reactions, movie reviews, and some little debates on what movies are better than others. So
Yeah.
keep tuning in. Appreciate the support. Thank you.